Friday, so brew time. 5 minutes of this. Like I said, it's Friday, peak beer time. We are going to speak about something from Great Divide here. I had mentioned that on the last one. Out of Denver, Colorado. Brought to you by nothing. We're broadcasting here in 10-minute ASMR headquarters once again. Flag. So check this out. This is the Yeti. See that dude on there? Looks like Chewbacca. Something Harry from the Wild, Harry and the Hendersons. It's a beast. I'm starting to look like I'm myself. Anyway, this thing here is 9.5. It's black as night. That is what an Imperial Stout looks like. Looks like used motor oil from your lawnmower. Tastes a hell of a lot better. This thing is very flavorful. And by the way, this is your classic stout glass if you want to be a beer snob and drink it out of the right glass. Just a quick little history rundown on it. During the late 80s, Brian Dunn spent 5 years overseas building farms in developing countries. Having grown up in a family that valued good food and drink, Dunn grew his knowledge and passion for beer during his travels. Dunn eventually returned to Colorado, started home brewing, went to graduate school upon graduation in 93. That's when I graduated. High school, though. So I'm kind of getting up there, too. When Denver beer scene barely existed, he set out to found what would eventually become one of America's most decorated and celebrated craft breweries. And then his dream of brewing commercially became a reality in 94, back in the mid-90s, when I was just a young teen, becoming 20 and through there. Didn't even know what beer was back then, and now I know all about it. Well, somewhat. I know I like it. Anyway, so this is in Colorado. A lot of good breweries and beer scene out there. This is one of my favorites. When I started drinking more than your average pissy lager, if you will, I went straight to this place along with Avery from last time. Again, this is highly recommended by me and many others, I'm sure. If you can get to Denver, check out some of these places. It's well worth the trip. You got the Rocky Mountains, you got your Coors out there too, if need be. But you want to pair this with something? Chocolate chip cookies. Or fudge. Or the three, like I mentioned before, pizza, burgers, tacos. Can't go wrong with that. But when you are talking stout, a steak, chocolate, and you only need a couple of these and you'll be set to sail. So I don't have much more to this one to say than that, but this is one of the darkest ones we're going to go through. There are others like it, but for what this thing is, shit, it's the ticket. Okay, look at that. Here I am again, different angle. Not so much ceiling, not so much fan.
Don't do it up and down. Don't do it up and down.
Well, why? We've already seen what it looks like sideways. We're going to go up and down. Quiet over there or I'll have to fire you. Not really, I actually need her because I don't know how to do any of this stuff. But okay, finishing up the brew talk. We're going to get into other things too. I know this is only the third episode titled Yeti. Imperial Stouts are great. I'm going to talk about other crap. Eventually, probably still stuff that you're going to drink though. Maybe some bourbons. Although I can't get a whole bunch of that stuff because it's going to get pretty expensive. Might go over some protein shakes because that's what I drink in the afternoon. I can't drink these at work. Might discuss some veteran-owned businesses. Oh, you see my Conan shirt here. Half-face blades. A true beer-drinking metalhead is going to like knives too, and things such as that, and that is the finest steel out there. So I might make mention of some things like that down the road. Getting off a beer topic, we'll pretty much mostly stick with brew, but And there's a shitload of brew. I mean, I got all kinds of breweries and different styles to go, but like with my assistant here that does the ASMR stuff, she gets way off task, talks about other nonsense, other things that aren't, the tapping and the ASMR bits, and I'm going to do the same because I don't want to beer you to death. Like I said, protein, blades, things like that. We'll get to it. Anyway, this has been long enough. It's already, wasted a good 10-minute chunk of your Friday night. So, Yeti, go Getty one. There's Chewbacca. He's running for one himself. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I know it's a little silly, but I'll do a different brew tomorrow and maybe give you more background on that instead of just rambling. So, like I said, this is new to me. I'm not really made for the camera. Just screwing off on the phone like the kid here, so we'll give it another go tomorrow maybe.